is the mansion's most famous ghost, maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information. Lilliput at Coon Rapids dares you to take part in their haunted mansion escape room. 100 years ago, a family suffered a tragic incident. Your team is brought in to find out what happened that night, find proof of the supernatural, and help the spirits find peace. Are you up for the task? This incredible escape room is filling up fast, so book now. Also, a perfect outing for work team building. Go to lilliput.net now to book your experience today.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilio. Cloudy tonight with a low of 7 above. Strong winds expected, gusting up to 45 miles per hour. Wind chills of 10 below. Then Thursday, sunshine with a high of 18. Chef Carrie's always cooking up something new and exciting at Nightingale in Minneapolis on the corner of 26th and Lyndale in the Whittier neighborhood. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you for joining us on this one question reading Wednesday night, something that I know a lot of us have missed and we're looking forward to. Before we introduce Deb, I do want to quickly say thank you to everybody who came out to Ghost Stories and Beyond tonight at Noka. We had a big crowd, a bunch of people we haven't met before, and that was really cool to see. Some great conversations and some really interesting stories that came through. And, you know, maybe someday we're going to try to translate that into people like telling their story and maybe actually get some of them on the show here if they feel comfortable with it. I mean, it's a very personal thing. So, but it was a really good night, very exciting. The only down part of Wednesdays like this is that we're all running all day, and the worst part of the day is it's always garbage night. Wednesday is always garbage night, and I have to, I play the world's smallest violin as I say this, having to go out, put the garbage away, and in nights like this, when it is like Siberia outside, it is the worst. It is the absolute worst. And I don't know. I kind of kept track for myself over the past, too long, quite frankly, of how every Wednesday night there's some kind of weather event that makes bringing out the garbage unreasonable, and either rain, and not just rain, but torrential, snow, cold, whatever it is. It's never just a nice night. All right, I got the complaining over with. Okay, that's we got that taken care of. Let's get to it tonight. I know, right? So we haven't had Deb on for some time. She keeps coming up with excuses why she doesn't want to be on doing the one question reading.
So not true.
Well, you start playing the world's smallest violin for me, it's going to be some retaliation to that. Deb, of course, Refined Divine, is extremely gifted psychic medium who we are blessed to have here every other Wednesday. It's been a while. You haven't been on, actually, Deb, since October 16th.
Wow.
Isn't that something? Yeah, no, and quite frankly, and I don't want to speak for Adam, but Adam, chime in. We miss you. We really did. It's a lot of fun whenever you're on. And we missed not being able to communicate, talk, whatever. It was kind of a crazy few weeks for all of us. and the timing
Yes.
just didn't, especially
You guys had an illness and then we had an illness. It was
oh
it was
yeah,
something.
it really was. And I just it was really something. So I was very very excited that you're on. So here's the thing. First of all, psychic medium Refined Divine. She is with us every other Wednesday. We're doing one question readings tonight. What does that mean? Very simply, it means this. You call in or write in and you ask one question for Deb, and she is going to answer it. What we are not going to answer tonight, we are not answering anything about politics. We're not answering anything about medical. We're not answering anything about legal. Deb is extraordinarily gifted, but she is not a doctor, lawyer, or politician. So keep it light. Also, please do not call in asking her to solve a murder. We
Yeah.
really prefer that not happening, though it has happened before, right? I mean, we've
Yes.
had stuff like that before, and we really
Yes.
prefer if that does not happen. Also, want to just
At
remind
least
folks.
not live across the nation. I mean, that's something that needs to be done in private. We can do it. We have found missing persons and we have helped tons of people with a lot of really strange stuff, but not live across the nation.
No, absolutely not. So here's the thing also. Folks, one question readings, they're hors d'oeuvres to the meal. Okay. These are just a snippet of what Deb can do. She can also channel. But, a one question reading is not a full reading. So if you want a full reading, make sure that you find your way over to refineddivinepsychic.com. There, she is going to be able to, you could book a full reading with her. She also does where you can send her 5-question readings, and there's
Yeah.
a price associated with that. There you can also find out all the retreats that she has going on. You can
Hmm.
also find out about all the classes that she has going on, all the events that she is going to be at. And we've had many of folks on here who have been so happy to be able to not only get the one question reading, but also to be able to go to these events, these retreats. They've learned so much. Their lives have been bettered because of Deb and what she does. So, folks, please, as a form of kind of returning the favor, go to refineddivinepsychic.com. And Deb, can you remind me of the Facebook page, please?
Yes, we made it long and lengthy because we thought it would protect it, but it is what it is. Refined Divine presents Garden of Eden Medium. We actually live in Galesville, Wisconsin, which is suggested to be the Garden of Eden. So that's where we came up with that because people are always asking us that. And it is because we are actually in the Garden of Eden, which we find very particular to the way I channel the other side. It just complements each other very nicely.
Very much so. And so that's over on Facebook. I'll find it and put the link up on screen and all that good stuff. Deb, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's hit it.
Okay, so folks, you can put your questions into the comments, one question comments, but as we always say, you get to the front of the line if you call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. We are going to the phone right now. We have Philip Anthony. Philip is the host of the Downright Upright Show with Philip Anthony. And Philip, correct me if I'm wrong, it airs Saturday evenings at 5 p.m. Philip, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing well. Do I have that right? It's 5 p.m. on Saturdays?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
5 p.m. to 6 every Saturday. Yes.
It's a fantastic show. So make sure people
thank
please
you so
tune in.
much. The first
Well, what's
Saturday of
this-
every month, we have a co-host show. We talk about current events and things that are going on. And we're going to have a happy show this week on talking about the holidays. And there'll be a little bit of politics, not too much, but mostly just happy thoughts, I think.
That's
So-
love it. Love it.
I
So
love positivity.
Philip, what
I love the positivity.
what question do you have for Deb tonight?
Yeah, hi Deb. My name's Philip. I just wanted to ask a really quick question. I always felt in my life that I had a guardian angel, whether it's a parent or relative or even a friend. Do you see that?
Well, what's happening, Philip, is that you actually have a very strong presence behind you that's more than just a guardian or just one. It's like a whole team back there, man. When we look, it's like we got angels, we got guides, we have people that have passed, you have ancestors. You have quite a team back there. You have a brilliant light that shines. And when we have a brilliant light that comes here with so many gifts, because you really do have a lot of intuitive gifts and very empathic, they say to us that they're always guiding you, and that assistance that you're feeling is them. Like that presence that you're feeling is them, and that knowing that you get is them.
Hmm. Yeah, I've always thought of myself as an empath. Yes, that's very
Oh,
true.
very much so. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but whenever I had adversity, when I was facing things that I didn't think I would get through, I always felt something was was getting me through it. If that makes any sense. Um,
Absolutely. And it was them. And because you have such a power inside of you that is to encourage others and to lead them. And they need you. They need you. And
yeah,
that's what the encouragement is. And the biggest message they want you to know is that to understand that you must live the darkness to know the light. And that's the purpose of those times in your lives, is to know that the variation exists and the variation is very important, because you would never know how happy you possibly could be without going through those dark times.
right, right. Wow. Well, thanks, Deb. I mean, I always felt that again. That I always say on my show too, that I feel that I am an empath, and I feel the hurt and the joy people are going through in their personal
Yes.
spaces. So
Absolutely. And we are we.
that's
I am you and you are me. And that's why we feel it. We exchange the energy. And those of us that are more open to it, we feel all of it. We feel all of it. But also it's very important to remember we can always shut that off too. There's a space and time to shut that down so we don't become too bogged and overwhelmed with others' energies. And so please just always remember that you are capable of that too.
yeah. Well, I always, I thought maybe it was a specific person, but since you're saying I have a barrage of people,
It's
that's
not
nice to
specific,
know.
actually, it's all of them. It's the angels, it's your guides, it's your ancestors. All of them are consistently bringing that energy forward. It's not one specific being.
Right, right. Wow. Well,
Philip, you don't
thanks,
seem
Deb.
too
I
surprised by
really,
that, though. Ultimately, you're not surprised by that, are you?
um, uh, I don't know, Greg. I mean, I always, because okay, to full disclosure, I lost both my parents, one tragically, one, uh, you know, natural deaths, I guess. And I thought that maybe they were the ones that were my guardian angels, but she's saying there's a lot of people,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yes, a whole plethora back there. But people who have passed away are never guardian angels. They were always just souls. And a piece of their soul always resides in the seventh realm. And so, how we do one question readings is, if you would like to speak to one of them, we bring their name forward and I connect to the energy and follow their energy line there. And then we bring forth who they were. And so that's how we generally do one question readings. Full readings are a lot different, where we sit and I just open up all the channels and I just let it flow through me. But because of the channeling situation of the one question readings, it's a little bit different and it's very quick and
right,
precise. And this is just how we run it for radio.
But
right, absolutely. Right.
I would recommend, give it some thought and scheduling some time with Deb, because I think you're going to really get a lot out of it, to be very honest. So I hope
Yes,
that.
I love. Um, I visited, full disclosure again. I visited a few psychics, and I've had wonderful experiences with them. They've really touched me, and Um, the only time I've ever had a bad experience was a palm reader. Uh, they claimed to be, she claimed to be like this amazing palm reader, and she was getting everything wrong. But psychics seem to always hit the spots, you know. So
Well,
I
I'll
just
tell
want to
you
thank
what,
you.
guess what?
Yeah. What?
I'm a palm reader and a psychic.
Oh, all right. Well, I had that. I don't know. I just spoke to a friend today about palmistry, and she said
Imagine
the
that.
same thing. She said she had bad experiences when getting her palm read. So I think I prefer the psychic reading because I feel that they're not just looking at my hand; they're feeling my energy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well,
It
and
does.
we do too. And full disclosure here is that we don't only read palms, but we're also reading psychically while we read those palms.
Now,
And the craziest thing about my palm reading is that at 12 years old, a book was just dropped in my lap, and of course by my divine intervention, and God had me read it. And literally, I read that book back to back for 2 years straight, and then incorporated my psychic gifts with the palm reading. It started palm reading when I was 16 years old, and it led me into in what I do today. It was a huge part of my life.
Wow.
so I'm gonna break in here because we do have some other people that we want to get reading on. But
Sure.
Philip, I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you consider down the line a full reading with Deb. And if you need help with that, I can help get that going for you if you need help.
Yeah. Well, you guys have a wonderful holiday, and thank you again, Greg.
Thank you very much. Good talking to you, Philip. Take care. Once again, Philip's show is on Saturdays at 5 p.m. I have a question. I want to ask a question, if I may.
Yeah.
One question, and then there are some other folks. And folks, please put your questions into the comments or give us a call. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Do spirits miss me doing Spirit Box?
Yes.
One question, one answer. There you go. Well, not even one answer. One word answer. There we go. That's even that makes up for the 45 minutes Philip took on the show. So
but this is the other thing though. You have a lot more energy since you've taken a break. They want you to recognize that.
That's interesting because I did Spirit Box tonight at Ghost Stories, and it just like the person who had it, she just like, I haven't really been able to get it to work. And the Spirit Box, that is, and I just said, may I see? And she kindly let me take it immediately and started talking. And it's just like, and it's in my hand, and I'm just like, whew, it's been a long time. It really has been. I don't do it nearly as much as I used to. And I thought, it really realized how much I miss it, to be very honest. So
It's well, because it brings on a lot for you. They're talking to us about how it opens up your channels, your psychic channels too, Greg. It's not just the Spirit Box. It's because they trust you. And so, it's a part of who we are and what we stand for. And they talk about like our connection to the other side. And really the reason that they're connecting with the ghost box that are in your hand is because they trust you. It's not just anybody.
no,
They're not
believe
just willy-nilly. Like spirits, they're very individualized.
And not to toot my own horn, I've always believed that, and I think that sort of confidence helps be able to get those spirits, because it is like I was saying, I have to hold it in my hand. This like that connection.
That
for
connection
me
to that
personally,
it's the connection to that frequency. Yes.
We got some people filling up the comments, so I'm happy to see that. Also, don't forget, you can call in, and you get to the front of the line. So we got that. Let's go ahead, take our first break. When we come back, we're going to do a lot more one question readings. We're going to be able to have more conversations and just kind of keep this going. I'm so excited, Deb, that you're with us tonight, and it's going to be a fun evening, everyone. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on metamorphosisconnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. Metamorphosisconnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit metamorphosisconnections.com and sign up today.
Lilliput in Coon Rapids dares you to take part in their Haunted Mansion escape room. 100 years ago, a family suffered a tragic incident. Your team is brought in to find out what happened that night, find proof of the supernatural, and help the spirits find peace. Are you up for the task? This incredible escape room is filling up fast, so book now. Also, a perfect outing for work team building. Go to lilliput.net now to book your experience today. And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. After a bit of a hiatus, because just life happens, we have with us Refined Divine Psychic Medium Deb. We're doing one question readings tonight, and I just want to remind folks that, once again, we really ask that you go over to refineddivinepsychic.com, go over there, see the retreats, see how to do full readings. Like I said, that this is just a little bit of a, just a little bit of a taste of what a full reading is. And Deb, I think you said it perfectly to Philip. It's like, you're opening all the channels, and to be able to have a really proper reading, it helps to get one question answered or whatever, sure, but to really get that full idea. And then also want to just remind folks, Deb is over on Facebook, Garden of Eden. Well, it's the URL is Garden of Eden Medium, and you have it as Refined Divine presents Garden of Eden Psychic Medium. So just please support Deb. She's giving a lot of her time to help you, so please go out and support. And I just want to also say, as a programming note, next week Deb is going to be on with us again. It's going to be a different program, though. We're not doing one question readings next week. We're going to get to know Deb a little bit better, and some of the stuff that has kind of happened to her paranormal wise and alien wise, and also just kind of an origin story, perhaps.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be great. We don't share a lot of our past.
No.
So I'm really excited. And so Spirit's really been urging me to share my story. And I said, what better place than Greg's show?
That's cool. And I've been wanting that for so long, and this is the right time. So once again, it's not going to be one question readings next week. It's going to be talking about everything, Deb, and what you've experienced and what's made you into who you are today. And I'm excited for that. That's going to be awesome. Once again,
and hearing our story helps so many other people find themselves. It really does.
And yours is inspirational. So I think that, yes, people are going to really get something out of it. We're doing one question readings tonight. Once again, no politics, no medical, nothing law. Okay, let's put it that way. If you have a question, put it in the comments. But once again, a phone call, simply calling 952-946-6205, get you to the front of the line. That's where we're going right now with Carrie. Carrie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I hope that you're having a good Wednesday. And do you have a question for Deb?
I do. It's kind of about spirit. So our house is busy with all sorts of things. And sometimes it's quieter, just subtle little bumps, doorknobs. And sometimes it's a little bit louder. One night I was sitting on the chair, just probably 2 weeks ago, and all of a sudden, like, overwhelming. It's a smell I have never smelled before. It was a strong perfume, not familiar. I could literally taste it. Like, it was that strong. You could like taste it, feel it in your throat, and your lips almost like burnt, like tingly, burning kind of thing. You know, I mean, I did say it was, you know, I always talk to things. So I'm like, okay, like I get it, like, you know, but geez, kind of, you know, back up. But it was really overwhelming. That, like, do different spirits kind of like, do they come in groups? Like, you might have familiar ones, and then next thing you know, you have like a bunch of noisy ones.
So
Like,
I always protect, Carrie, I always protect my space by saging
yeah.
every single day. I start from my front
Mhm.
room and we go to the back and all the way top and all the way to the bottom, because I don't let random spirits float through my space where my living quarters,
Mhm.
where is my restful, peaceful space. And I
Mhm.
don't keep my channels open 24/7, because that can become very dangerous by letting things
Uh-huh.
just come in and do whatever they want. A friendly, we'll call them a friendly, right? Spirit or a ghost that
Yeah.
has passed over will never hurt or harm you. So the fact that your lips were burning and the smell
Yeah.
was overwhelming and went into your mouth and into your throat would give me
Yeah.
all signs to stand up, grab the sage, and sage the shit out of that house.
Okay. Yeah. Because it felt like it was super close, like so close where it was like kind of back up, like, you know, get
Yeah,
out
no,
of my,
that's not a friendly. And so we always want
okay.
to make sure that we are taking precaution and always protecting our space and being very conscious and aware of when we're opening up our channels. When I sit and
Right.
open up a channel with somebody, I am centered, I'm grounded, and I'm only centering and channeling for that person in front of me and that person that needs my help, because it's been directed by spirit that they need my help. I'm not out there walking through Walmart talking to all the spirits and ghosts. That's not safe. Because
Right.
we
Yeah.
say
I was
we
just
say
saying,
this. Don't go poking around and messing with things you don't know what it is. You know, if there's something behind the door and you know that it possibly could be dangerous, would you open it?
well, exactly. I mean, I was just sitting watching TV, and all of a sudden it was like this super strong smell, like, geez, you know, out of nowhere. Um,
Yeah, so we would take the
but-
precautions of saging the house daily.
okay. Okay. Yeah. I just didn't know, because sometimes, like I said, it's quiet, and, you know, you might hear a doorknob or something, you know, random, but it had sounded like something was rearranging my daughter's room. Like, it's an empty room, you know, you could hear just constant
Yeah,
shuffling.
thanks so much for calling in. We just really got to make sure that we sage and protect our space, because things shouldn't like that shouldn't be happening in our houses.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I was wondering. I was just like, okay, I'd never actually tasted like the perfume kind of thing before. Like, it was really overwhelming. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well, Carrie, I hope that that helps, and really appreciate the call tonight. And yeah, just stay safe and stay careful. All righty. Thank you. We are doing one question readings tonight with psychic medium Refined Divine. We are taking, if you want to call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. You know, here's an interesting one. And that's the coughing wasn't the interesting one. Trying to find it here real fast here. Give me one quick second. I had it for a second and then everything went away. Okay, so Sandy asked the question. I find this very interesting. Why does this keep coming across my feed? And I think there's more to that question than just being like, why do I keep seeing this? The question is, because to me, it's like, yeah, you are seeing that. That must mean something.
Yeah, well, if I keep coming past your feed, for instance, definitely a sign to come and talk to me or see me. People definitely say that all the time. Like, you're led to whatever messages we need to hear or whatever we need to see, right? So you'll see me over and over and over in a paper, in a flyer, on TV or on GhostBox or wherever. We find that we're always led to whatever we're seeing over and over. You know,
Absolutely.
it's important.
Absolutely. You know, Sandy, kind of keep that in mind. If there is something, so, you know, this might, in my mind, this feels like this is the first step. The first step is that it keeps coming across. That must mean something. The second step
Yes, it's
is
push.
figure out what it is. Deb is on, if not for this episode, but Deb is on every other Wednesday. Or you can go to refinedivinepsychic.com and set up a reading with her. and get to the bottom of it. So thank you for that. Linda has something. I think it's more of just a comment, unless you see something else in it. Deb, I had my first in-home visit where I could see the spirit, and I actually said, "Hi there." My hand reached out, and the spirit disappeared. So
Yeah. So it feels like it definitely was somebody that was there on that land and there in that space, and confirmation that yes, that really did happen. That's what you're looking for, and absolutely, yeah, I feel yes.
and as it happens, as we're reading this, Linda Judd is actually on the phone with us right now. Breaking news. Linda, we were just reading your comment. I don't know if you saw that. How are you doing tonight? That good, huh? Let's see here. Oh, she hung up. Okay, well there we go. We have
shoot.
That doesn't make good radio, Linda. I'm just going to be honest. So at
Maybe
least
because we already read her question, she was like, "Whoops."
yeah, that's fine. No, I got another message. Okay, so why don't we go to the next line? We have Josh, who I was just going to read yours, Josh. So good timing. How are you doing tonight, Josh?
I'm doing good, but I just want to know from Deb if I made the right decision encountering this new person in my life, because I feel like they're a little bit sneaky, suspicious. But I'm not sure if I'm jaded, so I don't know if I can really trust them.
So, Josh, the first thing in trust,
I don't know if she can answer that.
Yeah. So, Josh, the first thing in trust we have to understand is that Spirit is always pushing me and urging me to tell people, and it's very loud for you tonight, is that once you trust yourself, you'll be able to trust everybody else. Because with inner circumference of trust, that once we trust ourselves and trust our judgment and trust who we are, we'll have no fear and trust in other people because we always know yes from no.
I know, but I really wanted it to work out, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to. I'm just not sure. So fresh, so new, but I just don't feel like I really can trust.
There you go. So you said you don't feel like you can trust him. So if you trust yourself, then you know it's a no for you. And so we just close that door so that we can open the one that's correct for us.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Deb.
Okay, have a good night.
All right, Josh, take care. All righty. Linda is back. I hope this isn't another, tease, Adam. Teasing us that Linda Judd is on the phone. Linda, are you with us tonight?
Hi, I am.
All right. Did you hear us talking about your question or your statement?
Oh, I got that. Yes. I wanted to know if they had a message for me. I thought I asked the wrong question. That spirit that came by, I wanted to know if they had a message for me.
It was actually accidental. So it was accidental that you saw. And so that's why when you reached out, the disappearance.
Oh, okay. I get it. But it's like a big progress for me because every time I've ever seen any spirit, I just stare at them.
Yeah. And then, or you see it like out of they're saying to us, you see it out of the corner of your eye, or you see like a glimpse of something and it doesn't stay for long, just a microsecond.
Well, I actually one time saw an apparition just walk right past me and I was just staring at it, but I didn't talk to it.
Interesting. You said you did or did not talk to it? I'm sorry.
I did not talk to it.
Okay.
I was just sort of dumbfounded.
Okay. Well, fair. That's fair. Okay. Well, so with that, what with Deb said, does that make sense? Does that resonate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. It does. So I'll just keep, I guess, whatever it is I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing to make it happen, but I'm just going to keep doing it.
Well, that's the thing about spirit world and spirit realm. We don't make anything happen. It's more of an allowing and a trusting and faith and being in the right center of mind and being in the right frequency.
Oh, cool. Well, that was a good sign then, actually, that it was an accident.
Yes, because then you were so you were like in a good mindless space, not thinking too hard, not pushing, not controlling, because you can't control the spirit realm. You can't make things happen.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you
Awesome.
very
Have a good
much.
night.
Thank you, Linda. Really appreciate the call. We're doing one question readings with Psychic Medium, Refined Divine. Don't forget, folks, that you can go and set up your appointment for your reading with Deb over at refineddivinepsychic.com. We ask you to go over, take a look to see what's available to set up a reading. Also look at her retreats, look at her classes. She's helped so many people. And you can see that tonight she's helped a number of people as well, just within the one question readings. Let's get one more in before we take our next break. Let me refine that question again, because when I switch screens, things change. That's just how it works tonight, I guess. Let's see here. Heather's question is this. My aunt just passed away this week. Heather, I am so very sorry. Her name is Levon. Does she have any messages for me?
Heather, it's too soon. We're not crossed over yet. It takes up to 14 days for that. When I go into her energy, it's very not crossed over yet. So sending all the love to you. Contact me after the 14 days.
Yeah. And I'm so sorry for your loss. That's tough. That's tough. So let's do this. Let's go ahead, take our next break. When we come back, folks, put your questions into the comments section. Give us a call, 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. Get your one question reading in with Deb, and we're going to do more of that when we come back. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with metamorphosisconnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey, bacon, avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com. Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilio. Cloudy tonight with a low of 7 above. Strong winds expected, gusting up to 45 miles per hour. Wind chills of 10 below. Then Thursday, sunshine with a high of 18. Chef Carrie's always cooking up something new and exciting at Nightingale in Minneapolis on the corner of 26th and Lyndale in the Whittier neighborhood. View their menu or place a takeout order at nightingalempls.com.
And join me tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We are doing a replay as we replay actually the very first episode that we had done going nightly with Moon Girl, Mistress of the Paranormal. We're going to replay her episode talking about dream interpretation. It was a very good episode. And don't forget to join us on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun Facebook page tomorrow as we return with Myth or Mystery. And we, as always, have some really cool videos that we're going to show that with the panel as well as our audience to determine if what we're looking at is paranormal or not. It's a lot of fun. We even had Adam on there a couple times. Adam, I hope you enjoyed yourself on there.
It is an absolute blast. I really enjoy Myth or Mystery.
Oh, good. So happy to hear that. It's a lot of fun. It's really good. So yeah, definitely come on out, check us out. Adam, before we get back to Deb real fast, 2 weathers. We didn't have weather for a month, and now we have 2 in a show. What's going on around here?
Well, we finally were able to let Patrick out of the box. So now he can record the weather. So now we can actually have weathers for the broadcast. He got that one forecast wrong. I had to lock him up for 2 months.
Now, were they the same forecast? I didn't even pay attention. Or is there like a halfway point weather broadcast that's different than the start of the show? I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Well, the start of the show was the good news forecast. This one was the guess what? It's going to be -8 forecast.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. You just keep your hand on that button. That's all I'm going to say. So we're doing our 1 question readings with Refined Divine, and boy, we got this is fun. It's good to have you back. Deb, it's great to be able to do this. And I just want to remind people once again, go over to refineddivinepsychic.com, schedule a reading with her, see what retreat she has going on, see what classes she has going on. She has helped so many people. And if you're a Facebook kind of person like I am, her page is called Refined Divine Presents Garden of Eden Psychic Medium. And you can even just type it in, facebook.com/Garden of Eden Medium. So very cool. Let's get to some more questions if you're ready for it, Deb.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Let's do it. All right. So let's find where there's a question. There are questions, but we got a lot of people talking in here tonight. Let's see. Heather did respond. She said, "Okay, thank you." This is an interesting question. I really like this. Bruce was over at Ghost Stories tonight, and he said, "Beyond simply saying thank you out loud, what is a good way to show appreciation to guardian angel guidance?"
Love, the strongest emotion of all. So when we give our love to the other side, it actually amplifies their ability to help us in this realm. When we stream love to the other side, that is the channel that which I channel with is love. And so that's why I'm so strong and so spot on, is because that's what I use. And so when we want to give gratification and thanks, we send love.
Makes sense. I mean, it's the way to say thank you is showing that you truly mean thank you.
Yes, with emotion, with tons of emotion. And so when I'm streaming, the emotion is love that I'm streaming, and that's why I'm following the energy lines.
It's a good question, Bruce. Really appreciate it. Carol asked the question. This came up during when Carrie was on the phone talking about saging. She says, "What if you can't stand the smell of sage? Is there anything else you can use?"
We always have the joke in my house that if you can't stand the smell of sage, you're a little demon yourself.
Right. There you go.
But Palo Santo is my second go-to. I like using Palo Santo in my bedroom because it smells like rainwood when you burn it, and it's really light and it feels good, and it does the same as moving the energies out of the house. Also cedar sage, that is cedar wood and cedar pine that you can burn. There's also eucalyptus sage, that's eucalyptus leaves. There's sweetgrass sage. I mean, I could go on and on. There's tons of different kinds.
Do you know what I like to do? I like to I bake cookies. No, I don't. But I would like the smell of cookies. If I don't like sage, I'd like the smell of chocolate chip cookies being cooked.
Greg, I have this little old lady that comes to my retreats, and she cooks us homemade baked cookies.
Oh my
and it
God.
is the best ever. And she is like, oh man, it's delicious. And they're like this big, and you can't see this on the radio, but it's about 6 inches across. It's like a whole meal in a cookie.
Once again, you sign up for the retreats at refineddivinepsychic.com.
You get the grandma cookies.
And you get some cookies. I mean, honestly, that's enough for me. If I was catering.
we do a whole buffet of food. Nobody goes home hungry. Everybody says they don't eat for like 2 or 3 days after they leave the retreat.
Mm.
It's like a holiday every single day of our retreats, breakfast, lunch, and supper. And this weekend we're in Osseo, Wisconsin, doing our 2-day retreat, discovering your psychic abilities. And so we are so excited for that this weekend. I actually do have, and I wanted a time to mention this, 4 Gift It Forward spots.
Oh,
And
wow.
so, Greg, if you aren't busy this weekend, we actually have 4 gifted free spots. So that means that somebody already paid for them and that we just need to gift them forward because I don't like empty beds. So if somebody is interested tonight in those spots, it's Saturday at 10 a.m. until Sunday night at 8 p.m. We're doing our first 2-day retreat. We've usually done 3 days. So we're doing our first 2 days to see how that goes.
Do you have a contact like button on your website?
Yeah, at the top, there's a number and there's a click to email, or you can message me on my Facebook.
Because don't, if you want to go, don't put it in the comments here. Please go
No.
and
Yep.
go. And
You
if
have
you
to-
haven't, I'm sorry, I was gonna say real fast. If you haven't done so,
Yeah.
like her Facebook page and then put it in there so that then she can make that decision whether you make it or
Yes.
not.
And it's not a definite yes, just so we're all aware.
Exactly.
You
So
have to fit. You have to fit the description, and we always gift it forward to those in need, of course,
okay.
and somebody who really needs it.
That's great. So, okay. With that being said, let's do we have plenty of time actually for more readings. How about that, folks? And don't forget, you can call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. But we're with the comments right now, and let's see here. Jamie asked the question, is there another job I should be doing in life? I ask that every day, Jamie. I really do. For me, not you, by the way.
Is there something with your eyes are getting strained with what you're doing? It feels like a lot of tension in your neck and in your shoulders. It feels like we get bored or like there's just not enough change. And so we would suggest maybe adding something secondary to spice it up a little bit for yourself. Like I have a lot of things going on in my life. I always pick many things to keep me going.
Right. And then I haven't seen any response from Jamie if there's any sort of strain with his eyes and stuff. But I mean, it's always good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, correct me if I'm
Feels like
wrong.
a lot of stress. Like the more that I go into his energy, it feels very stressful. A lot of weight on his shoulders also. This might be more due to family or things around family, but it feels very heavy.
Jamie says shoulder. I'm glad that you answered. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so always just know that there's no wrong choice. We can make as many choices as we want. And in life, we can just go with it, It's neither good nor bad. It's just as long as you're happy, you're making the right choice.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, it's not always the case, but I always feel like if you're asking yourself that question, don't you already know the answer?
Absolutely. Yeah. Anybody who comes in for a reading, when they come in and they're like, should I da 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 da? I'm not sure. Da da da. And I'm like, well, if you're asking me, then yes.
And I think that's the same with like Josh's question about trust and stuff. Well, I mean, if you're already there, then
Yeah.
and especially
And
trust
so
can actually come back on.
can we see outcomes? Yes, we can see futuristic outcomes. But here's the thing about us seeing the future is that there's an error in that because your free choice can change anything I see. You change your mind, they change their mind, someone changes their mind, somebody makes a different choice, it'll shift the reality. And so then they think I'm a fake psychic. And that's not true. We're
No.
just looking at the lines of the energy that we are currently choosing and the outcome that that's bringing.
Absolutely. And that is so, and in some ways I would think if you get a reading from a trusted medium and it doesn't turn out exactly how it was said, you should almost be in some ways, I think, kind of happy because it shows that there is free will, that we're not just
Oh,
automatrons.
yes.
You know what I mean?
There's so much free will involved with our lives. We can choose and choose and choose as many times as we want. As long as we're on our path, and you'll know you're on your path when you're happy and light and feel good and things are like kind of clicking along and it feels like it fits like a puzzle and the glove fits, wear it, right? That's exactly
Absolutely.
when you know that you're on the right path. And if you're jaded and depressed and raging and feeling like, this stuff just isn't for me, then obviously we need to look somewhere else.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Jamie responds, got it. Thank you. I heard from a psychic about going into law enforcement soon, part-time. So I don't, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? Why
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
yeah. I mean, as long as it's drawn to you, right? I mean, here's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like if someone said that to me, I'd be like, well, I don't want to go into law enforcement personally. And that's just my thing. I mean, so as long as it's something you want to do. So I don't know.
Yeah, for
There we
sure.
go. All right. Let's get to Stacy had one here that I have not been able to get to yet. Stacy says, do I have any psychic gifts, or am I just imagining things because I want to have them?
So this is the kicker that all of you are gonna go, what? It's really important to have an imagination. So your brain makes your reality here on earth. Your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions make your reality. So first and foremost, you have to know that it's possible. Okay. Second, you need to acknowledge what you're actually feeling, the emotions that are streaming through your body. And third, take action on those emotions, right? The three of those make your reality. And are you just imagining them? Well, yes, we all are. We're all imagining our lives and we're creating our lives, right? Through imagination. You think it's true, you want it, you imagine it, you pray for it, boom, it's there, right? We create it. And so the answer to your question is yes. You're very sensitive, you're very intuitive. You've been feeling things lately, having a lot of synchronicities. And it's like, you're like going to do something and you feel like you've already done it before. And so the answer is yes.
And I just had this conversation on the show Monday with Rob Guttrow and Monique Toussoon, and because Monique she's not ready to, not so much accept but acknowledge certain gifts that she has. And one of the things that she says is like, I always, I feel like that I'm imagining it. And that seems to be like and maybe not a turning point, but a very significant point in the development of some of these gifts when they're, that they're, especially I think starting off that you're not maybe just taking it like just as it comes, but be like, did I really imagine that? And I think everyone has that really kind of that self-doubt period, don't they?
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, at the beginning of the show before we went live, I was speaking with Adam, button Adam back there. And we were talking about when I was 12 and walking through those halls and seeing the rooms change as I was walking. I would sit and shake my head. Is this real? Am I crazy? Am I losing it? Am I imagining this? Did I just imagine this? Am I dreaming? It's like, as you go through this stage of like, is this real or isn't it? And it's a part of the awakening and the process of coming into your full strength of your abilities. Absolutely.
Yeah, incredible. So, Stacy, I hope that you can keep developing those. I know a way that you could develop those skills. Go over to
Yeah, we have class on Mondays and
absolutely,
Wednesdays at 6 o'clock.
absolutely, and that's and not to get too advertising about it, but honestly, if you feel like that those are things you want to develop, you should get just some guidance and whatnot. And Deb has done an amazing job, and we have a number of people who listen to this show who have taken the classes. And once again, please just go over to refinedivinepsychic.com just to even look at it, just to see what's available and what
We
might work for you.
And Greg, we have mentoring programs too, where we do 5 and 8 week mentoring programs. If you pass it, we do test you, of course. If you have the ability and capability of psychic mediumship or tarot cards, oracle cards, I do put you into a class that's an advanced class, and I teach you and guide you and do a one-on-one with you weekly. And you get another class on Tuesdays at 7. We do those advanced classes, leading you so that you can build that business on your spiritual gifts, because it's just an exchange of energy. There's nothing wrong with making money. It is just energy.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see here as we're wrapping up. We just have a couple minutes left. Let's see. There's one more I wanted to at least get to here. Amber asked the question, Deb, am I going to do well with this job upgrade?
She got the upgrade we saw the last time when we read for her. That's wonderful. Absolutely. We've always said that your power's been waiting for you, Amber. I'm so proud of you. Good for you.
That is fantastic. That's congratulations on your upgrade. That's great news. So as we're wrapping up here, we have a couple more, but we should probably wrap up here. And one of the things I wanted to wrap up about is, would you mind explaining the retreat that you have this weekend and the 4 places that you're able to offer
Gift
out?
forward.
Yeah.
Yep. So gift forward. So we're going to be doing advancement of your psychic abilities and knowing what those are. It starts on Saturday at 10 a.m. and it goes to Sunday at 8 p.m. And so you'll sleep there. We offer all the meals. We ask that you do bring a couple things off the menu that we give to you. If you do contact me, I'll let you know all about it. I have a form that you sign. It's really simple, really easy. Like I said, it's gifted forward. There's no payment needed. And then we just have you at the Osseo site in the retreat center, and you look for a life-changing experience. Look forward to it.
And if you want to be considered for that, we're saying that you go to on Facebook, Refined Divine presents Garden of Eden Psychic Medium, which is Garden of Eden Medium on Facebook, and
Yes.
like the page and then send a message.
Yes, send me a message, or you can go to my website. There's a number on there. You can text and send us a message, and we'll consider you for the spot. Absolutely. We have 4 spots that canceled.
And then
we have that every retreat. I always call it divine intervention.
And that website is refineddivinepsychic.com. We are running out of time here, but Deb, how wonderful to have you back on. And we're going to have you on Tuesday talking about the stuff that made you and the stuff you've experienced. So
that's right.
So we'll be back tomorrow. A repeat. We'll be back for Casual Friday. Have a good night, everyone.
I'm standing up for the middle class. Tom Hartman here on the Progressive Voice of Minnesota.